this one again. Yeah, all that much about it once you get. I don't know. I don't mind. I'm keen to see how this match.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen him be able to shine pretty frequently with a lot of heroes that is able to play. So I'm intrigued to see gonna end up faring here for Yopaj. But heading into the game one of our third series, guys, we got Team Dog taking down Neon, I should say, and a little bit of I don't know if I want to call caster bias with the background of the dog. Any words to kind of defend yourself there?
Why not? I mean, it's like the original global. Doge has stood the test of time. There are so many different things that are just. Doge is still.
Props to Doge. He's just kind of kicking it back, and look at all Classico.
Back in the day, I actually mined Doge.
The next label play.
Had about 200,000 of them. They were worth about like a millionth of a cent each. So it's I am not really.
Yeah. Hopefully those Dogecoins can come back in your favor eventually. Who knows?
They're going to the moon.
They're going to the moon.
30 seconds to battle.
Well, the moon's a good place to be. Could be interesting. Take a look, cause this is not going to end up faring. So we see the nice little combo that we get. The Undying and the Phantom Assassin up top for Team Dog. It's going to be going against the matchup of the Play Hard Bloodseeker and Skem onto this Tiny. So we'll see how his position 4 is going to end up faring. But once again, we're it's going to be a treat this game. The Arbit Invoker is going for the Coswex again. You know, at least in this matchup, I mean, Wind Ranger's got a very minimal damage advantage at the moment. How is this lane in particular going to fare? Is this just going to be kind of even on both sides, or?
I think it depends on the level. Like it's a bit of a roll style of matchup where able to power shot to make range creeps. Arbit is going to have regen situation, being that quas style. So I think Yopaj is going to have the early level lead. Arbit's going to be able to bring it back pretty quick.
Really strong at just being able to kind of tank up the abilities and allow the Morphling to get through that weaker stage in the lane.
Else we haven't talked about, just with Team Dog, you know, everyone's like, oh my god, ice, Arbit. This is like the first C game that Arfu has played for nearly 4 years now. You know, he's been in China on LFY, gaming for a while.
Was he on RNG for a bit?
Yeah, he was on RNG for a bit as well. A big deal, you know, you gotta give props to the people that have been able to, not just in one region, but multiple. Arbit and Ice are going to be moving.
So we'll continue to top a little bit of damage. We see kind of trying to combo up. It's not the greatest Bloodseeker combo in the lane with the Tiny. Definitely something we've seen, like the Crystal Maiden, the Rubik as well, but it looks like, you know, Bloodseeker gonna take a little bit of damage here though in your dream. Kites out the Blood Riot is not gonna go back in with that Phantom Strike, but unfortunately without the damage Arfu getting non-stop couldn't really help out.
Not confused, but like Arfu's playing the Pons fight. Biggest thing that he's known for is crazy Spirit Steal. Playing a bit more of the backseat role, way to Paulison and to farm up this way. Seek is super far forward. I guess you can be with this attention being taken away from.
Yeah, just trying to make it a little bit more difficult for your dreams. Try and farm underneath the tower here, putting some pressure on. So, take a look how mid's going as well. Arbed and Yopaj still pretty even at the moment, so you know, it's just a laning stage where both team trying to get set up, and you know, we'll see potentially some aggression start to come through with these extra level timings. If you can get that level 3 before the enemy is able to do so, you can really put some pressure on. You see, Ice is gone for the Bassi here, so potentially just the good old Vlad's build up eventually that's going to come through. It's always Vlad's has got a really nice build up for some of these heroes where you can go this Bassi and it just allows you to constantly spam out.
Farm going back and forth away. CS basically. We have some help.
Yeah, it looks like Skem's already thinking about trying to come towards it. It does really play hard in a solo matchup, but at least the thing about the Blood Sea, you can always secure your range CS with that Blood right. You might not get much more out of it, but as long as you get the range CS, that's the important thing. Is Arbed deals with Yopaj's mana, so at least well, never mind. That's a yeah, another nice little 4-minute regen rune.
Trying to get in range to.
Ooh, Dire's
amazing.
Those things aren't cheap, you know.
Not the case, and
Fu actually up top might be first blood. Sans is about to wear off, so he'll turn, get it decay. He's got the soul rip as well. It's a lot of health back here. Meanwhile, Phantom Assassin just trying to chip out the damage to be able to find the kill beforehand, and he will be able to do so successfully. So in your dream, finds Play Hard, who does get a return kill with that blood right, but the thing is that the Phantom Assassin is able to find that. Meanwhile, mid, Arbed. Post was very deep for this. We do already have a sentry. We'll see how Arbed's able to play. Yopaj still posturing pretty aggressive. Finds the shackles, sets up. Now let's see if he's got fall damage. Arbed tries to get some protection with the cold snap, but he's able to dive under the tower thanks to the evasion, so no procs will come out. Nicely played from Yopaj, very cute.
man, anyone that can just out 1v1 Arbed,
Someone better help Dire's
damn
middle
good player.
tower.
At least a year now.
Alfu back up top. Well, a little bit low here. Skem's already used the combo, so they won't be able to fall back and pressure that one out. But keeping tabs on bot, it looks like it's relatively even at the moment. And Natsumi's already has the Morbid Mask, so it's gonna give him, at least allow him to fall back and farm the jungle incredibly efficiently, not really relied to bring out extra regen to keep himself afloat, as we are seeing some rotations. Yopaj coming up here. Shackles, not the long duration. He's going to try and attempt to blur into the TP out. Do they have the damage? They do not. And now Poloson, but this token needs to drag back, play hard. He's going to be alright. Skem looking to try and punish this though. They don't have as many creeps going under the tower. They are going to glyph it up to enable this dive, and it looks like Rubik's going to get punished there. Yopaj will claim it. Nicely done.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Accomplishes a couple of things as well. That siege creep is still alive here, just whacking away onto that tower. With it being pushed in like
Looks
this,
like Dire fortified their structure.
see a fair amount of damage coming
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Meanwhile, Arbed kind of doing the same mid as well with his own catapult. Shoved the wave in, knowing that the Wind Ranger wasn't here, so make sure she tried to miss some CS and some experience as well. It looks like the Ogre already coming mid to try and soak that up. Already level 4 actually at the moment.
7, so good amount of damage coming. Power shot, obviously the vast majority damage, but only 250. So focus fire is going to start to as well, scouting out this this stack that's starting to be built up. Nice sentry ward come.
Even placing a ward on the high ground as well, which might get dewarded with positioning how close it is to the that high ground observer ward spot, but it's going to give you a lot of information when Dire try and fall back and take that stack. Have some aggression as the telekinesis with the Ravage combo, but Natsumi is able to get the attribute shift off. He doesn't waveform. Well, is actually completely stuck here, but some tangos from the Ogre is going to be able to at least eat Natsumi through. So Ravage, unfortunately, used there without finding kill, and now they're going to try and look to pressure with the Wind Ranger TPing down. Yopaj, he's got that Javelin. Ice. Gonna need a little bit of help here. He's still pretty tanky. Shackles not latching, but and even Fire Blast doing pretty much nothing there. But they want to continue diving under the tower without any rotations coming out. Ice is incredibly tanky. He's not done just yet. And Abed finally TP and finds Tornado onto 2. Man, this Wind Ranger, they're just an instant tip from Ice. Look at the space. They get 2 down bot.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He could have power shot as well, just get a little bit greedy. I think you can't afford to do that and just rely entirely on the Javelin procs when he's standing underneath tier 1, tier 2 towers because of the extra armor.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, we've seen
Beating on
a little bit
Dire's
of complaint
top
about
tower.
the carriage just being able to sit under the towers, have this extra armor, extra regen, and what do? They just out-sustain the lane. So you're seeing it kind of pay off their down bot to help keep the Tide Hunter alive, and just a nice rotation that finally came through at the end of it all. But you know, keeping an eye on, it looks like Inner Dream's starting to try and fall back, try and get some farm throughout the jungle. You know, he does have 2 of his cores on top of the net worth, Ice, and also Abed's Invoker.
Abed just came bot to be an absolute nuisance to Natsumi. Even if he doesn't get the kill, he got the EMP combo onto his top lane. It's just being gone on again. Let's see if he goes down this time.
Arthur looks like he's not going to try and help him, so this time they'll bring him down. It still takes them a while. You see how long it requires them to actually try and kill off this beefy Tide Hunter, which, you know, eventually is just going to allow them to... Diving a Tide just gets so difficult. Well, you take a look as well, like, Radiant have to be so careful this game with how heavily they commit against a, you know, a Tide that can counter with a Ravage. You got Invoker who can kind of mess around with Tornado. You drop Tombstone, PA just jumping in as well. Like, it's going to be very difficult, and Neon always have to keep in mind on how aggressive they want to dive, because we saw what happened down bot. And that's just going to continue on as this game goes.
I suppose so, but in the same vein, they've also got some good tools to be able to go for pickoffs. Of course, you've got the Wind Ranger that can just do it solo, but Bloodseeker Tiny on their own, if you get that Rupture off and get a long-range toss, that does a crap ton of damage, so put a lot of focus into that one, but a lot of Team Dog heroes around this bottom side of the map, but 10-minute rune's probably just going to be another 2
bottom tower's got problems.
Gets in nothing too fancy. I mean, at the moment, just the level-wise, I guess Tiny's level 6 at the moment. They do have the tomes now available from either team, so putting some emphasis on trying to get the supports at the their ulti timing to see what they can really do with it.
Win probability basically dead even. To me, he's got that slight net worth lead.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems. Are those
Which is okay. There we go. I mean, this is a very, very fast Spirit Vessel timing from Abed. You see, he literally just rushed it on the Evoker. Boots, Mantle, Spirit Vessel, an incredible item to be able to deal with the Morphlink here. So, and it's going to be very difficult for Natsumi to show up. And you know, once he's kind of contested from the Spirit Vessel in all these fights. Scam action. I think the title here of the Spirit Vessel after even commits a Tombstone as well. They ultra want to try and kill off the Tiny, and Abed's going to be able to claim that one. Nice it off.
Don't know if it was needing to drop the entire combination onto it, but oh well, it secures it for themselves. And right now that the tier 1 bot has been removed from the equation, Abed's free to roam and try and farm. He knows that he's probably not going to be farming in this bottom side of the map anymore. It's basically a trap to bust your outpost. So he's just closing the space where the morph potentially be.
Posturing very aggressively here. Yopaj, thanks for the freebie. Just focus fire, procs to the Javelin, and they want to maybe more. Ice is very difficult to kill, especially because he can turn around with the Ravage combo. And it looks like instead Ogre runs forward. He's like, uh-oh, might have to double back up on the high ground. But he's going to show up as well. They get the Shackles purged off instant thanks to the Kraken Shell. And now with the Ravage on the 2, there's a stolen Shackles from Poloson. Makes it just a little bit extra sweeter. As they find 3. And there's even a DD top if they want to take that and then get that tier 1 mid.
That's why Paulison's +4, because he can do things like that. Great Shackle if it is.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
And he's, you know, getting close towards the 8th lane, so just going to continue being able to make the plays that we see from the Rubik so far. But
Dire's
meanwhile,
top
Natsumi,
tower is under
he's doing
attack.
very well in farm though. Top of the net worth, 100 last hits at the moment. You know, he's ahead in the last hit graph, or at least chart by a little bit at the moment here on the Morphling. And you know, at least this is. The Morph is a hero who can be full attribute. All you need is the Morbid Mask to be able to sustain, but you know, still can't really show up to too many engagements. And once he has the Manta, it might get a little bit more easier, just not having to worry as much about the Spirit Vessel. But you know, Manta's going to be a pretty long cooldown.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing. Despite the fact that he hasn't been part of any kills? Yeah, he hasn't been part of any. Your Dream's been part of 4.
Dire's middle
Getting
tower
3
isn't going to
himself.
last long.
He's still more than a full level. Oh, Scam's chasing him out.
They got 2, so they can definitely protect this. Tornado clips 1, blood right on top of the choke point. So Dire, they couldn't really pressure up the high ground, but they do want at least a hero to pay for their sins. It looks like play hard's going to be the sacrifice. Afu still hunting down the ogre as well. In Your Dream can follow up, and now with the slow from the dagger allows Arbit to close the distance as well. So Team Dog doing a very good job at
Double
protecting their
kill.
triangle camp and holding the stack as well as In Your Dream. I mean, he's on a monster killing, mega killing streak, I should say.
I mean, there's no getting away from this unranked.
Radiant's middle
Unranked.
tower could use some help.
Let's call it forward, right? 40% slow. He's got the Orb of Venom, and then on top of the dagger coming. They're
Where
dead
did
to rights.
Radiant's middle tower go?
This is going to be a pretty decent
top tower is
timing
under
here.
attack.
No, actually, Natsumi
Radiant's middle tower.
finds a nice kill down bot. Skem, unfortunately, still yet to have the blink completed on the Tiny. He's got 1,500 gold at the moment in the bank, so trying to find... Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of map where he can get any items.
No, there's a lot of things being prioritized. B. Manta style. Needs to happen for Scam. So you would 16 or so. Neon are going to boop. Or even getting close. ATOS. Everything's going to come together at around the same. That's when we can.
Yeah, they still have the timing knowing that the Phantom Assassin, once you pick up the Battle Fury, is kind of needing that extra item afterwards. So it's just going to be the steroid for the farm. But has still done a very good job at least showing up. You know, we've seen Natsumi get one pick off, but getting closer and closer towards the man. So we do have the bounties across the map though. No real contention for that one, although they're hunting Arfu down bot. The Scam with the help of Yopaj should be able to burst him down.
They even got rid of
That's gotta hurt.
there. 550 away from 50 away. ATOS, 50 away from Dagger, and Manta's been not going to be all that far. In his inventory, waiting for the rest. Time is now.
Yeah, it's going to be big timing for them. A lot of items getting picked up. They really need to try and get some map control, considering Dire have done a very good job at controlling this tier 1 tower mid. Sunstrike, so they do scout out at least the rune, knowing Yopaj is going to have a TD. I mean, if they saw him before a fight broke out, any vision that they had, but I'm really impressed with how Team Dog have been able to protect their high ground. And we've seen Ice literally just positioning mid, which felt like the past 5 minutes here, just being this brute target that's so incredibly difficult to bring down and just being able to shove out the lane at ease, and it really makes it difficult on what Neon can do across the map without having this tier 1 down and constantly mid being shoved out.
Like, Yopaj has been so close for so long, and there were camps that he... Yes, he's the hard carry at the end of the day, but...
Let's see, mid lane, they're gonna try it. Ice comes back, gets out the rubbish before the blood right. Dire, they're coming over, but it might be a little bit too late, unfortunately, as that Ravage is now for nothing. Looks like Arbet gonna have to try and retreat away after he gets an decent tombstone off on the high gun. Natsumi's gonna be careful how aggressive he goes, drops the tombstone himself, and then with the Manta gets out of the Spirit Vessel, Dying falling down to the southern side, but it looks like Your Dream's gonna commit to the fight, but he's gonna be careful because Natsumi just shreds through him with the adaptive strike. Now they want more. Already finding 3 heroes, gonna try and get a little bit extra greedy with getting a 4th.
Triple kill.
Don't even have to try and commit too heavily there as Europaj snipes him down with that power shot. A triple for your Wind Ranger, and kind of that is the timing that you were bringing up. Neon hitting these items, and they make a very good fight out of it.
I mean, that is like 101 item timing, right? If you ever Natsumi, he was in a pretty safe position. Still, like, 4 items were vital. Taking that fight, wiping out the enemy, hard carry, and now they're going to take something that, like you've mentioned, Team Dog have put so much attention in.
And now opening up the mid-tier one is going to give them a lot more opportunities to make these aggressive movements, and gives them a potential to be able to kind of take Roshan as well. You always got to keep that in mind. Like, Morph's able to bring it down pretty fast. The Wind Ranger as well with that focus fire MKB can do it at a decent rate. So if they win another fight like that, they can get an extra objective out of it. But tier 1's just going to be the name at the moment here for Neon as they claim a 2,000 net worth lead. Probably going to go up, but just a little bit more. But after that fight, they do get a bit of an experience lead. So all's looking good for Radiant at the moment.
Played. Probably realizing that in an ideal world, this PA doesn't want a BKB first. Just went and purchased because of how that team ideally he wants Wind Ranger or Desolator. So case just yet.
Yeah, and going for this defensive item, and I mean, you're still gonna have a little bit of damage that comes through, of course, from your ulti, but it's just not going to give you that burst potential, like you said. Just being able to kind of bring down one, get in, get out, get back in with the Phantom Strike, really just play around with kind of picking people off. So now going for the BKB, at least it's a lot of the magic damage that Neon are providing. And if the Morphling gets the E-Blade before this BKB, I mean, what, he's got 2k gold, there's already an Ogre Axe completed on the Phantom Assassin, who should still be able to get a lot of farm with the Battle Fury, just depending on how Neon want to play. But we do have this tier 2 neutral item timing, so Neon, after taking the tier 1, wouldn't be surprised if we see them fall back, farm up the jungle, maybe try and make a play by that 20-minute.
Yeah, maybe they'll go and check out if there's an ancient stack, but by this point, you can see that he's already got Battle Fury, so it probably would have been
The next label play.
Let's get on with it. Dire Snow fortified their structures.
That's all bad. Okay, so he's going for the Aghanims as the next item here on the Invoker. So we saw the combo with the Ravage Cataclysm earlier in the day. We'll see if at least Team Dog are going to have a little bit more synergy and connection with this combo, being able to find some big team fights with that.
And even, if Big, for example, is able to steal the Avalanche, that's going to even further boost the effectiveness of it. He's dead.
Yeah, Radiant positioning around there, Observer on the higher ground, so Arthur's going to pay the price, and Ice as well is just going to get brought down. So you see Radiant knowing that the Phantom Assassin's still without hitting the timing and taking that tier 1 tower, and now with a couple of pickoffs, they're actually going to think about trying to walk inside the Roche pit here.
It's getting scouted out, but there's only so much you can do. Even if Tidehunter did have buyback and wanted to use it, it's 50 seconds until Rabbit is available. So this is a free Roche based off some, gotta be said, poor positioning coming through from SSIS and Afu.
Neon just punishing.
Hello?
Just lucky no one's...
Not getting an ace situation, okay.
Very good, very good. No one's stealing it. Nice to see it. This is a game that's now looking Neon getting a little bit further control throughout it, and you got to keep in mind as well, the Morphling matchup versus the Phantom Assassin, it's pretty decent, honestly. Like, PA can never really burst you down with the high amount of armor you have, and that's Natsumi's
The next level.
nicely done. Yo Passion Scam. Just the Roman duo. Well, this is exactly what we were speaking about kind of last game, where Dai need to kind of group up because of the win range of MKB just going for these pickoffs, and it's a bit difficult for Dai to group up though because they've got a Phantom Assassin with the Battle Fury. You want to be farming away from your team.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, like we've mentioned before, fantastic pickoff. You know, Wind Ranger could probably do it solo, to be perfectly honest. But just the fact that you've got that, in addition to the Tiny, in addition to the Bloodseeker, it means that Team Dog.
Scam. Gonna blink aggressively. They drop the Tombstone, instant TP out from the Tiny. The Blood Riot's gonna be able to stop the Ravage cancel, so they will get 3 bounties at the moment from Neon.
And now they know that there's no Tombstone as well, so right now they might just be like, sweet, let's go make something happen. Maybe wait for Natsumi to have his TP straight back, probably going for a
He's getting pretty close to the 18 as well, so he's gonna have only a 4-second downtime with that ultimate. Yeah, they're gonna smoke up. Ice showing mid. I mean, he's got R4 in the back line, but you got to keep in mind the Tombstone's still down, and now he's just trying to run away, but Disruption ticking down a little bit. They don't get that toss combo. Actually, they get their own Tombstone, but Natsumi showing up, utilizing the Replicate on top of the Undying, and now with the ATOS control from the Bloodseeker, they find R4 as well. A double for Natsumi. Now, he's got enough gold for this Ghost Scepter and a short duration here, and that's going to be right before the BKB, so now Natsumi has got a very good window here of about a minute and a bit, where you're able to burst down the Phantom Assassin if they show up.
And that's the thing, I don't think Team Dog are going to show more map control that you're losing. Mid tower going down now. Maybe they'll opt to... See, my big thing is, like, yes, the tier 1 bot tower is probably the easiest one that you can take, but a lot of the time when you're in this advantageous position, you don't want to refresh their glyph. You want to go for something like tower or a tier 2 tower, but the lanes just aren't in the position to be able.
Goddamn pauses, you hate to see it, but I mean, it's a game where they are really utilizing this Aegis. A 6,000 net worth lead now for them, and yeah, they're just gonna try and get this bottom lane shoved in, see if they can control up the triangle camp where they already do have a ward kind of on the back next to that tier 2 tower. So they really need to make sure they actually keep this ward, because it's going to take over the triangle, make it very difficult for the Phantom Assassin to farm that area where In Your Dream really wants to do so, being this ancient clearing hero. Almost a BKB as well completed for the Wind Ranger, so yeah, getting closer and closer towards a lot of item timings, and Morphling's even got the Grove Bow in the backpack as well if he wants to use that. Just a little bit of the magic amp, I guess.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's that E-Blade.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit scary now for Team Dog. I mean, what do they get? Blink picked up on the Rubik. Tide's going for a Blink as well. Almost a BKB completed for the Phantom Assassin, which is definitely required, but feels like at the moment this maybe they need to stall the game for the Ags Ravage kind of team fight, because is the damage going to be there with the Phantom Assassin second item BKB?
Not yet, and great scan coming through. Well, In Your Dream is in the perfect position for where he needs to be. He's just as far away from any of Eon's objective can be.
Dire's bottom
Scan
tower
coming through. They TP back, but
shrift.
again, some mines are
Dire
get
have
caught out here
fortified their
if you-
structures. Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
Yeah, they are. They're going to see all three of them. Nice position from Scam. He's going to try and burst on the Rubik here. Won't be successful. Now they're going to try and look to turn. Europaz can give some protection. Shackles onto two. Scam, however, stuck inside. Some sort of final connection for Radiant. Do they want to continue forward for more? Ravage locks in both. In the dream, popping the BKB. Is going to try and deal with the Bloodseeker. Is successful at doing so. Now the backline. Europaz just shreds through the Phantom Assassin with that MKB. Natsumi's had a pretty free fight as well. Just waveforms aggressively on top of Arthur with the last right click for the Wind Ranger. Natsumi still doesn't really able to carry the world, although the Fade Bolt was able to deal with that first life. Shackles back up. Those ice. The TP is going to get cancelled now. Natsumi, he just wants a little bit extra love. And they knew they were going to get ice. They just wanted Polyson instead. You know, trying to find a full 5-man wipe there, and I mean it's going to be a 2 for 4. I guess you got to keep in mind that they do get rid of the ages, but a very nice fight from Neon, and that's also the 10-second BKB, and PA's got a rapier queued up.
I mean, it's one of those situations, right, where it's like, well, this is probably what's going to, you know, take us back into the game. The only thing that's going to take us back in, and even Zhao, he gets the luxury of going to Midas as a position 5 Ogre Magi, so that Bloodlust's attack speed plus 40 is even going to potentially be a factor. Goodbye, Afu, as you go and try and deward that safety area.
And Rubik as well stole the toss, so now Sidon. He's going to be able to get it out, but we could have seen another pick off there. It looks like they're still just going to try and, you know, shove the lane in, put pressure on the T2 tower here, as, you know, Natsumi's starting to already work on this next item, whereas we see Team Dog, and I don't think they'll get it.
Same cohesion as someone like Neon, who's been together for so long. Yes, there's been one change, but 4 out of the 5 are the exact same, so they know how to play.
And Ice down bot. Could be trouble here. Pops the boat there. Natsumi with so much physical damage. They don't have to really worry about the shotgun build. And now meanwhile mid, they're pinging out as well, Polo.
Nice lift.
Yeah, nice telekinesis. Instantly used before Scam blinked forward, so you can see instant cancel there on any follow-up, but it does allow Neon to control this bottom side, so they get 2 bounties at the moment. They might try and contest the top bounties as well. Bloodseeker's coming over along with the rest of the team.
Shiny!
Be in there hunting.
Oh, in your dream.
Hungry for blood right now.
They might want to look to turn actually with the Alacrity. In your dream's going to jump forward. Now with the force up provides the space, and Skem's going to counter initiate forward. In your dream cuts out the BKB. Radiant 2, they want to continue for more. He's actually just going to TP out, so they'll deal with the supports instead. Undying will pay the price. That's just another BKB usage. Not really getting anything out of it. We see Radiant just get a couple items as well. Natsumi Skadi completed. Wind Ranger just got the blink. Although for Dire, they do have the Aghanims now completed for Arbed.
For the twins.
Yeah, I mean, you could do everything you can to try and, you know, explain or analyze a way for Team Dog to get back into it. I legit think that this Rapier is it, right? You just need to get a few lucky crits with the Rapier, pick off the Morphling perhaps when he's agi-morphed, and that can bring you back into the game. PA is one of those few heroes that does have that capability.
We'll see if they're able to kind of just split push this one out. I mean, the good thing is that Radiant, you know, you don't have Roshan up at the moment, so you really need that to walk up high ground unless you get like a massive pick off there, or they waste Ravage and maybe you feel a little bit confident doing so. But oh, it's just a solo kill. Yopaj with a DD, Arcane. Shackle's gonna be up pretty soon. Ice just gets a TP out, man. This is the issue though, when you have someone like a Phantom Assassin who needs to play away from the team to find a farm, and that just enables a Wind Ranger to find these constant pickoffs, and they might just end up trying to jump inside and see what more they can get, as Natsumi's already got top shoved in. They need the vision for the jump forward. Skem's going to try and provide that. They're getting on top of Arbit. Now with the Tombstone drop, Natsumi's going to deal with it straight away. Skem pretty low here. Yules try and control him to provide some strays. Sets up for the Sunstrike. Meanwhile, Yopaz once again dealing with the core. Just blinking on top of the back with the BKB. Now it's not really caring the world. Dire, they've got the buyback on the Phantom Assassin, but I mean, if you force that buyback, this game feels like it's incredibly over. So
it's a lose-lose situation. Either you lose your racks or you buy back, and then you're that much further away. So he's doing the right thing, in my opinion. You know, it's 1 lane of racks, it's not the end of the game.
Oh no, look at the damage from the toss and the erupt shot. There's nothing they can do. Once again, Yopaj had these focus fires as well. It's a godlike streak for Natsumi. And unfortunately, we haven't seen this Cataclysm Ravage combo come into play just yet. They, Neon are just honestly outclassing Team Dog at the moment.
A champion team beats a team of champions basically every time. This is a good example.
It's now just a lot of buffs for Natsumi. Play hard's got that Solar Crest, got the Blood Loss as well. My dude's just sieging so incredibly hard and fast. And now with the toss back, Polo He's in trouble as well. So unfortunately nothing they can really do to help him. Z-Blade's going to be the one to claim his life. That's a beyond godlike streak now for Natsumi, and this is all still, we gotta keep in mind they don't even have the ages. They just know how far ahead they are over Team Dog, and you know, at least you have the Ravage Cataclysm combo, which is I think the saving grace now without the rapier from In Your Dream. They're gonna have to mount a stellar high ground defense, but how do you find the angle to start without a way to initiate? Maybe you can hope that Neon dive a little bit too far. Patch once again going to try and find the core in our bed, but I mean, there's nothing you can do against the BKB. In Your Dream's just going to blink forward, but now he's going to be careful as well. Your structure controlling. Meanwhile, Natsumi's just going to deal with the backline blade mill. Does it a little bit, but does it at least prevent him from nuking down the support? Now with the buybacks coming out, ice, chucks at the Ravage. Just don't fall for the moment. It's just a bench assassin, but the Cataclysm is available because the Evoker's down for 30 seconds without a buyback. But it's still running rampant here as Natsumi controlling up In Your Dream. He's incredibly outside the base here. He's going to try and get back in with the Phantom Strike, but it just doesn't matter. Neon styling over Team Dog at the moment, and they'll finally call it quits. It's a 29-minute victory for Neon's new roster here as they take down Team Dog.
Radiant victory!
Good gameplay coming through from Neon and just abusing. The big thing that I noticed in that game was that they were so effective at staggering these deaths that Dog were always kind of in a position where they were like, oh, I would love to fight, but we're just missing one person. And then just as they're about to respawn, they kill another person. And then again and again and again.
Wih, tolol, astaga. Unrated kan goreng. Wih, goreng apa unrated? Ntar.
Whatever you want to try and counter it, we can just throw him on any hero that we deem fit, and he does have the flexibility to do it. I'm still waiting for some crazy Neon drafts, to be honest. Like, this is too much of a normie draft for me, you know? I want to see Pos1 Chen come through. I want to see, you know, mid-Earth Spirit, even though that's not that crazy, but I want to see stuff like that. 5 Faceless Void. They are the innovators.
5 Faceless Void.
They have done it. They have done it so many times. He goes, like, gets a few points in the time dilation, and then he builds a Meteor Hammer, and he Chronos and Meteor Hammers people.
Oh, God. Is it, how's the 5 Void look? How'd they look in those games?
They won most of the time. Most of the time it was paired together with a Chen, actually, and Scam, position 1, was playing the Chen at the time. And it was kind of similar to this draft in the fact that if he died more than twice, they probably lose. But they just didn't die. So I have faith that Neon can make it happen. I just think it's slightly more likely that Dog are going.
Sure. See if they can execute this little bit of a tricky lineup that they do have at the moment. But again, to keep in mind, I mean, what do we got? So we got a Beastmaster Shaman lane, which is... It's gonna be a lot of damage. You get caught out. You see Ice even has the Orb of Venom actually picked up here to start.
Ready to go? For anyone tuning in, Team Dog is full of In Your Dream, Arbed, Ice, Paulison, and Arfu. So a little bit of a people that aren't quite yet in a solid team or are yet to travel just yet to be with their team. Preparation for the DPC seasons. Bit exciting to see these players coming together. Early practice, I suppose, coming for Ice, and Arbed, both part of EG.
Yeah, try and get that synergy down pat. See how they can continue to shine on this on that new AG roster. But once again, we're gonna see a smoke up, see if they can catch anyone out. I believe the Beastmaster. No, that Hawk wasn't able to see Natsumi. Regardless, I mean, he's just so far underneath the tower that they wouldn't really be able to pressure. So they might try and drop a ward down on the enemy side of the mid lane, potentially. Who's got the wards, actually?
Arbed's got it in his backpack.
So much
And Polo's got the other, okay. You already see just the classical support position 5 just coming to the mid, trying to see if there's a ward situated. Oh, Yopaj? She actually deep.
What up?
Yopaj just de-warded his own ward. I thought the Ember actually granted the vision of the IO mid, but he thought that they well, I mean, the tower did right-click the IO, so I did its job, but I thought the Ember was actually just in place to be the one that provided the vision there. Interesting.
Not ready to take the risk, I guess. Yopaj is one of those people that are like any sort of advantage, you know, and that award at that point gives like half a level.
Yep.
Brings you to halfway through level.
So we'll see how this...
Good with the blocks again. Perfect position.
Damn, this Conquer set looks nice. I'm a fan of that. Arbed pulling out the style at the moment, but...
You pogging?
Yeah, I'm pogging real hard, to be honest. This is a cool set.
Oh. So they've done it again. They've killed the firstborn super early on. He was one that was just summoned, I believe, as well by Ice. So he's going to be very weak for the coming 25 seconds. So the Zhao is able to just move on forward. If he gets a single right click onto anyone with that Orb of Venom, in addition to the Frost Arrows, they're basically done. Surprised that he doesn't just keep committing onto Polo.
They might go for Ice instead, though. Yeah, he's overstepped the mark a little bit too far, and he will be punished.
Double.
And that's going to be an extra kill down, but the combo with the Undying and the Drow, it's such a goddamn good lane. The Drow being this squishy position 1, very position based, and you just have the melee 5 who just tanks up so much damage, and the fact that the Undying is someone who can, you know, really trade well and harass, but is someone who doesn't have a stun or a slow. So now you kind of enable that with your position 1. I mean, it's just filthy.
Feels a similar sort of niche to like I don't know, a Clockwork or something like that. Something that just takes all of the attention away from the Drow Ranger. It's fantastic to have that squishier style of hard carry. But Paulson looks like he's going to be able to get the he was over there for the first small camp, so they should know that it's blocked off, but he's just going to get some level into size. He's getting chased down a little bit though, but they're just going to settle for the boar. That's totally fine as well.
Yeah, you see how much emphasis they're putting. This really comes through from a lot of the summons. Just that X under the tower, so he tanked up an extra couple of right clicks on top of the creep wave as well to mention. So really cutely played from your Conker.
Was dead again. Just be menacing on this bottom side here, Natsumi, as well as Janual. The other bonus is for the Conker, you can actually go back to base with the X marks much earlier than the Ember Spirit can. He has to wait all the way until level 6, so a lot more pressure and you can play a lot more ballsy if you're playing this Conker.
Manuel down bot. It's in trouble here. Natsumi's going to try and give him some protection with the multi-shot slow. Now they're actually going to try and look to turn, but the extra soul repeal gets a nice little 2-man decay. It looks like enough. The double once again. Undying has got all the kills down bot. Oh, you would hope that Natsumi would have been able to find at least 1 or 2, maybe even all 4, but you know, looks like it's still a very good laning stage from them.
Honestly, with this lineup, you're not even that sad with this situation being like that, because it just means that Undying's able to get a lot beefier by up. Oh, look, he's going to go and deny himself to the tier 2 tower to get the free trip back home. And oh, is he dead on Natsumi? This is a bit of poor positioning from him.
Leaves him solo right now, and it looks like Ice and Polo want to punish this. Ice claims the kill. Done just without the Undying. The lane shouldn't be playing as pushed up forward as what he was. Now Arfu top as well. Shackles sets off for the blood ride. In your dream's going to provide him a little bit of space here. Once again, we see Abed though finding a kill mid. That's without popping the ultimate there. So very, I mean, we saw last game the matchup of Yopaj versus Arped. He did incredibly well in mechanical wise. You've been highlighting the fact that he's probably top 3 gifted right now in Southeast Asia, and just seeing this matchup go head to head, it looks like Arbed's trying to even it off at least in the second game.
Jiao did a good job though of stealing away that bounty rune. So
he might be dead though. Shackles for the Torrent. Arbed should be okay. Excellent. Oh, actually doesn't have enough mana for the X, but he's still gonna eat the boat combo, and looks like if they can follow up, however, the zombie's slow, but man, that right click was from inches away. So they get the kill, they get the tombstone as well, and then well, very nicely done from them.
It's like a full level ahead of Yopaj right now. He should be able to get it off this wave so that he's up to level 6. But still living a little dangerously. They know they don't have the ghost ship, I suppose, so he's feeling a little bit confident.
See, I mean, that second death for the Ember though really might be the hindrance, where you highlighted actually Yopaj. You highlighted the fact that he needs to be, or at least Radiant don't have as many opportunities to make mistakes this game. So I mean, a couple of blunders, I guess, from Yopaj. Those early deaths. We'll see how his game's still gonna continue on. It's very early, but anyways, if it can be costly for them in the early to mid game. This top it's in trouble here though. In your dream of help Arfu, just he overcharges so filthy, but now it looks like Yopaj is gonna come back up with that TP rotation, finds the kill on top of the Zen. Very nicely done. And now Arfu as well actually tethers down to try and attempt the TP out. Yopaj doesn't have a way to cancel that, and Abed, he's actually come through, wants a little bit of revenge. That torrent just off the mark, unfortunately. Would have been a Nice rotation for Arbed, but now he's kind of stuck up here. I guess meanwhile you see the supports are trying to soak up a little bit of experience mid. Arbed actually, no, slides on cooldown and Yopaj stunned up. Tidebringer, Arbed so much damage here. One more right click. So nicely done from the Conker, recognizing that the Ember lacking the mana to be able to disengage with that remnant, and also with the slide on cooldown wasn't able to dodge the boat. So this Conker is styling on them at the moment, 4-0 with 43 last hits.
Yeah, he is having a great game. Nearly able to get away there, Yopaj, but yeah, like we were saying, just a little bit short on the mana cost to be able to activate the Fire Remnant and get away. Even getting a Royal Jelly as well, pumping it, of course, into the Kunkka, but onto Afu as well, so even more HP regen coming through for In Your Dream.
Radiant's top tower is under
Trying to play around with Arbed a little bit, but it's been a very good start for him. As we see at the moment, Polo trying to soak up a little bit of experience in the mid lane. It's about to be level 5, so it's actually, you know, doing relatively well with the levels for the Shaman, and this is all, you know, high level teams do incredibly well where we see when you're, oh, actually, hang on a second. No engagement, just trying to secure the room. But yeah, high level teams do incredibly well nowadays where you have that mid lane leave, have the mid hero leave the mid lane and just have a support instantly soak up that experience.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
Just holding on to the skill point is Paulson here. He's going to TP away just in time.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
Really nicely done. I mean, that's just as soon as you don't want to be there when Dire make that first rotation down bar. You know they're going to start pushing aggressively with the Beastmaster and even with the Shaman coming over soon enough and Arbed. So it's yeah, a lot of damage that Dire can dish out early. Arbed's even going to be able to find a nice little double stack as well in the jungle. But you know, Natsumi's out, so it takes a tier 1 tower, and this is exactly where he wants to be, just around top, playing near that triangle camp.
Dire's middle tower.
There's absolutely nothing Januel can do about this, though. He's just standing down here, hoping to get a little bit of experience from the creeps dying. Luckily, just out of range of that Hawk vision.
Looks like they want to smoke up and actually link with the Undying, but unfortunately, his tower is going to end up falling before they get here fast enough. They are going to TP in the Ember as well, so Ice. It's going to cost his life here for pushing this aggressively. Let's see if they get he still gets the tower nonetheless. But yeah, Yopaj claims the kill, buys out the Necros before he dies, though, so...
It's a heavy commitment still, though. It's you know, 4 heroes rotating down. Natsumi's here on his own. Not that he's in any danger of going down right now, but... Still, you've got this fan happily farming away, and that's the thing that Neon were wanting to avoid.
You see, they're trying to kind of play aggressively around the Dire's triangle, as they do have the bounties coming up pretty shortly, but instantly that ward getting taken away. And Arbed, unfortunately, he was actually able to steal the bounty there, and now it looks like Ember might be in trouble. They got the follow-up control. The Soul Rip, unfortunately, doesn't give him enough health to be able to keep alive through the chain lockdown that Team Dog have at the moment. Really nicely done. Arbed just finding his 5th kill of the game.
And this is without a single instance of this Io Sven being at a team fight. So it just goes to show what a commanding position Team Dog are in right now.
Are you a bit worried with Neon's early? Is this okay with how they're looking? Because we brought up that the minimal mistakes that they need to make this game. Is this looking okay with how much farm Natsumi's getting, or are they a bit behind what you were hoping?
It's looking a little rough, to be honest. I was hoping that you know, if you're a Neon fan, that you want that Spirit Vessel up online ASAP just to be able to deal with it. That kill's going to help.
Fear not
Well, they're relocating. He's might be tied to the Necro.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. The relocate, Fu is the one. So finally we see them both showing up with that relocate gank potential, and let's see if they can keep him down. Although meanwhile mid, Polo rocks it up. Try and put some pressure on top of the Shaman. They can even drop the Tombstone just in case there's a dire potential, but Polo is actually going to try and turn with the Serpent Lord's multi-shot, just deals with him instantly. They can also claim out that tombstone, and they want more, and the blood's going to come through as play hard on trouble on top of the back line. Inside the river though, Arbet finds a control, drags back the Undying. Natsumi's got a free position on the high ground here. Ice, able to find the ball, but can you get up the high ground fast enough? And your Dream's going to have this Stormhammer up in a couple of seconds, but nice silence providing the distance, and Natsumi looking to turn as well. Meanwhile, yeah, he's just dishing out a lot of the tanky effect, but it looks like now once they get the kill on the Undying, they're going to try and turn and deal with the Drow Ranger next. Natsumi pays the price. Geopage still doing a pretty decent job at least disrupting the back. Finds himself a double kill, but he's already utilized all the remnants here, so Mbok is in trouble. Polo with that follow-up control. They're going to be able to bring down 3 on Neon. Very nicely done there.
At least able to grab 2 kills there for Yopaj, so rockets himself up a little bit on the net worth charts, but, you know, if it's at the cost of Sven and Conquer living, especially, oh, he did pop the God Strength, but they're probably going to lose this tier 1 tower as a result.
Looks like really want to defend it.
Okay.
Couple of rotations.
Maybe not, considering Skem was completely out of mana, but I suppose Play Hard is enough of a scary menace that they're going to have to back up.
You see how much the
with all the kills that he got in the early game, I'm a little surprised that he opted to go into a Bracer instead of something like, I don't know, a Greaves or something that's able to sustain the rest of his team.
Yep.
Because you can be tanky, but it's not going to stop the rest of the team just going past you, especially once you've got that Aghanim Scepter up on the Sven.
nice position for the Shamans. Just gonna end up popping the smoke. Instant hex though. The Stormhammer still finds the connection of the blood right on top of the backline as well, but they haven't cancelled the shackles. And the fourth wall. Ember is in trouble. They're gonna be able to get the soul open up Dire. They've used a lot of the stuns at the start of the fight. Let's see if they're gonna be able to come off cooldown here to deal with the Ember once he jumps back forward. Boat off the mark. A lot of abilities being whizzed, but now with the relocate straight on top of the backline, they found Natsumi. That's a perfect target that they've won. And now with the free movement they get thanks to the Ire ultimate, they're just going to be able to hunt down Drow, even find the Undying as well underneath the tier 1 tower, but they're not done just yet. Unfortunately, without a way to be able to cancel the TP, Play Hard's going to be able to make it back inside the base, but you brought up in the draft that this Ire really just deals with the Drow. A hero who's so position-based, and you just relocate on top of the head, and what are you supposed to do? And it's just showing right now through these fights.
I think in that fight it was an issue with the direction that Neon retreated towards. They went back towards their, well, what was their tower. Instead, they should have just tried to move towards that that tombstone. They'd already dropped the mass serpent wards, so you couldn't really deal with it in that way, and you would have had the high ground advantage as well. But instead, just, you know, opting to go the wrong way essentially, and it cost them.
Yeah, it costs a bit as Dire net worth lead now for them, and it's continuing to be a game where they're looking dominating. Just this Conquer 7-0-2, and you know, this Ven's getting incredibly farmed as well with that buff up from the Ire. We've only really started to see him showing up to a couple more fights recently as well.
Yeah, that's right, but that's all he needs to do. You know, you need to be this constant presence on the map. If anything, you want to be out of vision as much as possible, just not revealing your exact position where you are. It means that the enemy team might need to be a little bit more proactive with their wards, and that's when you can catch them out of position, relocate, or make the rotation and just pick them off, and then start to take an objective.
You see how Arbed and Ice are positioning at the moment on both these heroes, really looking to try and find that pick off, the setup for the relocate gank, where they can, you know, lead that pick off potentially into an extra objective as well. It has this Hawk very deep on that bottom tier 2, and now they're actually going to smoke up with Arbed and Polo, so they really want to link down with that Beastmaster, and then with the potential to relocate from Arfuin in your dream.
Okay, we've got a Veil as well here on Skem, something a little out of the ordinary for your position 4 Wind Ranger, but it's really strong. You know, it buffs up basically everything on the team. Like it buffs up the multi-shot damage coming through as well. It's spell damage, it's not magic damage, and anything that you can click on is a spell.
See how much extra amplification that Veil is going to be able to help out here with Neon's damage throughout the mid-game at the moment. This tier 2 tower really starting to get work down here from the Beastmaster, so they're even going to glyphs, or trying to deal with the catapult wave, although Dire, they enter with their own glyphs, so this should be a tier 2 tower getting claimed, and Dire got a very nice ward in the backline as well, so they already see Skem rotating forward. And they're going to end up seeing as well. And I mean, he could be in trouble there too with the trees, so Bloodseeker's gonna get scouted out. Just a lot of information that Dire are being able to gather at the moment.
That's exact.
There we go. They're going to smoke up, but unfortunately that's underneath vision, so let's see if they can get set up here. Nice. Actually playing some pretty far forward. Doesn't have enough mana for the wall. Now gets a little bit, but it looks like with the Blood Riot silencing him, unable to get any abilities off, but in your dream straight on top of the backline. Going to try and deal with him first. As soon as they see the Drow Ranger, they just turn their attention. Polo also beelines towards the Drow Ranger as well. The Storm's going to try and help out, but it doesn't matter. The Drows can't sustain the damage that Dire have. They actually sent back both the heroes here with the relocate, so now Arbet and Polo, can they do it themselves? However, against Yopaj and play hard. They got Circle One's in a decent spot. Atos controlling up in the Blood Riot. In Your Dreams coming back forward. Down with the tether as well, just in the nick of time as Polo keeps his life. Bloodseek is incredibly speedy, but he's not speedy enough to get out of range of the torrent. A godlike spree for Arbed, as they've got a 7,000 net worth advantage, and we are just seeing time and time again, this Drow just cannot position anywhere in these fights, and they might be able to find another. There's Arbed with his Hawk Vision. Hextop is the Ember. They've got Shackles to be able to cancel. Yopaj with the help of the power strip's going to be able to bring down the Sharp, but he's going to be careful though. Nice dodge. He's got the Remnant on top of the high gun as well, but he's going to end up falling. The Conquer X. Yeah, bit of a nuisance there. Well, they might try and deal with the Sven, who's got this war cry. Where's the Io though? There's a little bit on the back. He's going to try and give him the buff up, and now Arthur attempts to TP out as well. He's going to make it too. Oh no.
I wish I could watch that replay. I'm not sure if Natsumi just walked a little bit too close to the Sven there. I know he wanted the multi-shot hits to hit him before he TP'd away, and so he wanted to make sure he was a little bit closer, but that might have actually disabled his marksmanship. 5 minutes damage.
Nice. Gonna be in trouble here. Relocate coming through. Let's see if he can stay alive long enough for Arthur to help out here and send it back. I mean, he's got the mech, a lot of sustain, but I don't know if this Beastmaster is going to be able to stay alive long enough. They've got the damage with the Blood Run in a couple seconds. Ice will fall. Woo! Very close. I mean,
the thing as well with this this Sven Io is that against Natsumi, like I was mentioning just there, and the kill attempt that he was making, but you don't even need to actually focus Natsumi once you relocate on top of him. You just need to make sure that you're in marksmanship range so that he isn't doing any damage. You know, you can just straight up ignore him, go for everyone else, you know?
Not much good's happening.
Yeah, as long as you're able to kind of put pressure on the Drow. This a hero that really wants to kind of have a pretty free fight where you sit on the back and not really worried about heroes getting on top of you. And if you're in a spot where you've got to kind of play around, you dip out and come back in with the right clicks, it can really be a bit awkward. So Dire just doing a very good job, even if they're not trying to find that kill, just like you said, getting on top of him, really punishing the marksmanship. A range, unfortunately, with heroes on top, and now Dire, they've just got an 8,000 net worth lead, and I mean, this game has been very convincing for them.
I mean, it all goes back to Arbed and how he was able to dominate that mid lane. I wasn't expecting it to be that much in his favor, but yeah, individual skill, there's a reason he's one of the mid players in the entire world. Invis bot, wonder if he's going to get baited into going for it, or if it's going to be...
They want to fire it actually up top. Undying. Trouble inside the river. Beastmaster silence stops. It looks like Playar's going to be able to disengage, be able to really get on top of the backline. They don't find the Drow Ranger, so this could be pretty decent here. But the Io is in trouble as well. In Your Dream's going to try and turn with the control. Superman forward on top of the Drow Ranger. Where's the space required to keep Natsu alive? Looks like he's unable to run anywhere. Gets back a little bit, but what's the consequences? The rest of Dire, they're just able to follow up here. As In Your Dream's going to have the Stormhammer back up once again. Playar. You see that they were able to bring. Let's see how it's going to be incredibly important. As soon as you see that relocate, it's always just going to be gunning for you. So just trying to find the position base where you can set yourself up and deal up the DPS. But at the moment, it just feels like Team Dogged really just, you know, we're seeing this lineup really awesome. Is this a game where how do Neon really feel comfortable with being able to make a play? I mean, they're gonna try and smoke up, but this feels kind of desperation level almost.
It's a little bit like that. You just got level 15 on the Drow, so the plus 10 agi is going to be nice. But they can catch out the Shadow Shaman. That's a good start. You know, all of their lineup is essentially based around pickoff after pickoff after pickoff. So being able to find the easiest hero to kill on their team at the very beginning is a little bit of luck coming through for them.
They got a DD as well, which does get scouted out. Dai got this ward around the river section with that high ground, so they're well aware that Natsumi has the double damage rune to be able to utilize here, but take a look. Body's shoved in at the moment, so Radiant gonna have to eventually get that lane kind of pushed out. So they get the kill on the Shaman. It's gonna allow them to get a little bit of farm and find these next set of items.
Ordered yet, but they've got so much more that they need to focus on right now. It just feels like no matter where they go, this Fen Io is going to relocate on top of you. Yeah, they're picking it out. They know that they've got vision here as well.
How do they want to jump this? They're going to smoke up Dai, trying to look to wrap all the way around where they still have this ward on the high ground. Yopaj attempting the TP. Will make it. Looks like play hard, however, is going to be the price. Just in your dream up on the high ground, instantly things out the ward, knowing where it is. But, I mean, and meanwhile, Undying simultaneously actually running forward under vision. They just get another freebie.
Kind of surprised he didn't use the Rupture just to try and dissuade him from following. Just means that it's so much quicker that he goes down, and that's a free rush. Still got a mission. God strength.
It's going to be a pretty easy one for them to claim. The medallion on top of the Beastmaster. So we've been highlighting a lot throughout tonight, just the amplification on these teams. We're seeing the Ogre, you know, we're seeing kind of the Beastmaster, medallion of Beast, the Io as well. So a lot of extra potential. Oh, Polo? Drop the Serpent Wards, and looks like that Gus hindered any more follow-up. Meanwhile, just trying to deal with the lanes, it looks like, with this relocate. They do have a couple of towers up top that they're looking to claim, and it looks like Radiant actually trying to get set up to protect this potentially.
I mean, he's been playing it well. I'm still... And this is nothing against him or anything like that, or the draft. I just don't see what the Shadow Shaman's really added to this game, you know? I feel like you could have substituted in almost any other hero that has a decent amount of lockdown, and it would have been the same result.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the control at least has been relatively decent, but they've got, like, realistically, how are you going to get a decent goes throughout a fight? Like Blood Riot, you've got the Wind Ranger with the Shackle Shot, the Chains as well with the Ember. So they're just having, you know, the Hex is really nice, this instant stun lock for someone who's incredibly mobile like the Ember Spirit. But yeah, it's been a hero that I had a lot of emphasis on. We're seeing how it's able to play right now from Polo, and it's been decent, but like you said, you could have heroes that can kind of fill the slotters. Meanwhile, in the river, gets the roar out on Yopaj on top of the backline in the dream, straight away find the Drow Ranger, the perfect target. They want to start the fight and get a secondary kill, claiming his godlike streak. And meanwhile in the river, the perfect chain lockdown. Team Dog just taking team fight after team fight without a care in the world. As Neon, they just lose 3 heroes like that.
It's honestly reaching the stage of just calling it, but I suppose the fact that, you know, they're not going to be playing any other games today, you may as well play it out, see if there's a massive throw that happens, but I don't know. It's an uphill battle, that's for sure.
I mean, Dive, this one of the backline as well is seeing both play hard and scam, so they're going to be very careful with the positioning.
Man, no, but
Get punished, especially with the extra vision that they're being able to gather with the Hawk. This is now a blink completed from Polo, so Shaman's now going to be able to have some extra jump attack. Further making it difficult for them to be able to position here for Neon.
Arah Yuda, yang namanya Yuda yang
Yopaj.
Ari aja. GG
But
Ari.
see if Ice can get the roar off fast enough before the remnant. They are kind of trailing Kim, and as soon as he shows the Necro, he's just out there to make sure there's no
Ini Lion nih tuh
opportunity
Pak
for any
Ogi udah
shenanigans
arah.
coming out. So, I mean, they're just
Parah. Goyang cok. Yun yang kena si dickhead. Andek di party kan kamu na mumta na pemain aku mid konen. Muterus sunik kanan. Muterus sunik kanan. Kembe terus sunik kanan. Nah. Hah? Aku udah main solo mid aku nih. Normal main mau dikena. Kalah telu kali yang baru. Karing 100.
Harus banyak tahun kita main biar fun, kita main. Soalnya aku sih gadak ibian aku tak serius main no. Soalnya yang panas jadinya.
Aku jangan den buat bara, boy. Ini kelelakan on.
Lihat setting dia kayak gimana. Itu yang buat saya emosi tadi malam tuh
Nggak bisa
Panji
dikasih tahu
juga
tuh
ikut
ya.
panas-panasin lagi. Saya ndak idiot, saya pinter nih. Wah kena idiot, kan dekah kena idiot anda. Merasa idiot jauh aneh. Anda merasa jauh. Wah. Ayo berdua lagi.
Ayo.
Gue tim dog lagi main, lu saya tonton. Suruh oleh nyoblos kabur.
Buat kok gue dah.
Udah ada nyoblos di rumah muda.
Depan rumah tau terop.
Kayaknya tet ABS kan.
Buat kan.
Lah, Panji sampai left wheel dia. Left betul. waktu tadi yang itu apa namanya? Viper itu
Aku ngetro aja.
Aita mau menarak ta sumpah.
Ngangka aku ngetro. Apa wah lamur kuah main kan cari kebiasaan. Mana apa?
Nggak bisa TA lawan PA aja. Late game. Late game pokoknya aneh. PA hai tahu counter susah dia. Kecuali emang sama-sama jadi item core carry sama-sama jadi baru bisa.
Million sekali lawan 5 apa ya?
PA emang wah gila. Yes. Tadi kan YD tim dog itu PA dia pakai. Nggak dikasih main lama di press terus. Yang penting dari awal udah dikon semua ngonter dia. Blood Seeker maksudnya. Neon Esport tuh pakai Blood Seeker, midnya Wind Ranger. Sunri.
Nyering lawan Ranger
It's your turn to
siapa?
ban.
Save lane Morpling.
5 seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining.
Ako off, Jed. Ako off. Pili ka support, oh.
5 seconds
Bahasa Indo
remaining.
dia
Roger, Roger.
Dia bahasa Indo dia pakai ngomong.
Deg-dengahannya.
Pili ka. Kahit ano, pili ka support.
Pretty sure it's your turn to pick.
Oh, dia swag.
Oh, apa aja main?
Dia swag.
Ngomong.
Mid. Terus sadar.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Iya, dia tahu. Nah, cek tadi kayak.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds
So kurang
remaining.
teben CK kan gemas lawan CK.
Are you gonna pick one or what? Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Setel DB aja.
Mau Arkan.
Arkana TB, PA yang keren kayaknya menurut saya.
TB.
Oh, anu mid nih, siapa namanya? Ini atau ini. Merah tapi ya itu seru. Hantu-hantu nih.
Outworld Devourer. Yes. As foretold, it is in
Prepare for battle.
bag. Wing.
I can see to the ends of the world, and from this vantage
From
point,
the
I
world
declare
on the rim.
with utter certainty
Kobel
that
raw.
this one
Is in the bag.
An kena it's in the bag doang keseka.
Macen be.
On dark wings.
Apa marah AM? It's in the bag. Wah,
Bring bad news.
tuh lewat ke diri bypass.
Nakita ka tuloy nag-ward.
Ano Thailand.
Pilih ka.
30 seconds to battle.
The blood sun rises.
Kita ka yata.
Kita yata ini.
Layon tayo, layon.
Darkness
Enak,
advances.
ya sini ngonter TP.
Game
Let's
layon.
get moving.
Last warning. Their
Yeah, but-
sanity I'll shatter. Their dreams of conquest. The Harbinger comes.
Skill mo na, skill.
First blood.
Path of
Those who
destruction.
tangle with the sky wrath risk a fall from starry heights.
I bring destruction. Yes. In flight. Yes.
Huwag matake na.
Darkness advances. Ill omens. Foul portents. Yes. Null tap. Foul portents. I take wing.
Baka mag-pull.
Last denied. A feeble mind. Your future is grim.
Layon.
Ini lawan sama dia.
Yes. Attack. You get nothing. Yes. Ignite. Dark shadows. Fair warning. The abyss calls. From the world on the rim. The blood sun rises. Beat of painful wings. Darkness advances. I bring bad news. Yes. Yes. Ill omens. On dark wings. The Harbinger comes. Path of destruction. Insane. Double damage. Darkness advances. Forerunner fate.
Ito madali. Ito.
From the world on the rim. Foul portents. The Harbinger comes. May your doom be averted. Yes. I take wing. Dark auspices. My wings beat with the rhythms of eternity. Darkness advances. Yes.
Dyer's courier has been killed.
Astaga.
I understand, but still,
Sun rises.
your bottom tower is under attack.
In flight. Mine.
Okay, patay mo na.
Wins. Darkness advances. Enough. I bring dark tidings. Path of destruction. I was the harbinger of that. I am destruction. I bring bad news. Yes,
Tayo, tayo. Tara, tara.
I am
Slow, slow. Uwi ako ah. Wala akong mana. Wala akong buhay.
yes.
Your top tower is under attack.
On dark wings.
Let's talk about your top tower.
Last warning. The harbinger comes.
Me.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, patay mo na yan.
Path of destruction. Regeneration. Fair warning.
Ownage.
Yes. Destroyed. Yes. I take wing. In flight.
Kalau kita mendarat, kita ambil dah.
Ya.
From the world on the rim. Foul portents.
Ini di atas.
Bad news.
Buat dia useless ke atas dah. Bunyi dah.
Ya.
Darkness advances. Ill omens. Bring destruction. Last warning.
Sepuluh ndak kuilo tu.
Darkness advances. The blood sun rises. Invisibility. empty.
Dari atas rintis.
Yes.
Sing Terror Day. Gala ka na, wala na dito. Hindi na maglilane yung Terror Day. Okay, try natin patayan. Tumapit.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Wala, TP ka sa top, TP ka sa top.
Elements.
Halo. Buat mati semua kan? Satu mana?
Killing spree.
Dia aja duluannya terus kamu yang ngekill ya.
Oh,
Mati dia tuh lagi tuh.
TB-nya.
Bawa sini, taruh sini.
Langsung sekarang. Rame kan? 5 kan? Gantung TB-nya. Mana farming?
Fair warning.
LC-nya.
Radiant have fortified their structures.
Warning.
Gak bisa farming kayaknya TB dia.
Auspices.
Ada.
Susah landing loh.
A trap. Yes.
The enemy's bottom tower is gone. You did the right thing.
Lima limitin ini. Ini sih net your rotation, bro.
Coming. I just got my dagger, bro.
Let's talk about your
Galit
mom.
ako. Don't be mad, don't be mad. Skip.
Killing spree. Double kill.
From the world.
Stop. Yo, TB nih.
All I do
Darkness.
Okay lang yung bisa namatay.
Gak ada mana dia. BK Dumeta nonton di mana-mana.
The enemy's middle tower dominating. Element. Killing spree.
That sharp pain you felt.
Hey, get Legion. LC.
Hey, I'll get. Be careful.
Attack.
Dominating.
There will always be something worse on the way.
Regeneration.
Dark shadows. Bad wind. Path
Yang
of
met
destruction.
Dia sih, dia don't be mad.
Beat.
dikit lagi saya ada ulti.
The Harbinger comes.
Awas atas. Bawa dia ke kita ya. Bawa dia ke kita ya.
Ya.
Yes.
Unstoppable! Radiant structures have been snow fortified. It looks like Dire fortified their structures.
Right.
Run, 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 run.
From the world.
Run, run.
Blok gaming. Fuck.
Iya, Willow.
Unstoppable!
Bye.
Last warning.
The enemy's top tower gets shattered into little pieces.
Ill omens. I take wing.
Belum ada dapet kita ya yang rank itu.
Anu, Grove boh.
I bring bad news.
Sumpret, item mantap.
Foul portents.
Ya.
Worst come.
Let me wait.
Smoke. 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 Smoke.
Advances.
Dulu aura ya skill 3-nya. Anu nih Odi ya perasaannya.
Ya, sekarang Google dia. Enaknya ada efek
Enggak,
slownya.
sama tim
Ya,
kena juga kan?
teman make balik lagi mana?
Sumpah imbang.
Bimba aja dulu. Cuma kayak Viper dulu. Bimba aja.
Tower didn't know what hit it.
Ah, scepter. I take wing. Not yet. Darkness advances.
Nah, iya.
Kalian
I bring bad
Udah ada grup gua dia.
pas main poet, kok kira mau.
portents.
Pas main draw aja anu doang mau.
Sniper nu mau, wih lu kecoy lu.
Imba gerobol.
Itu tuh enaknya tuh ada magic, nambahan magic ininya, magic apa?
Tribot.
Yes.
Asli saat anu itu.
On dark wings. The Harbinger comes.
Push. The word papatayin ko sana.
Blood sun rises. I was meant to have this. Undrafted. Dark auspices.
Udah ada item tiny ini.
Right.
Belum udah dagger belum ya? Belum.
Benar. Item dong di mana? Pilot Pepper. tiny limited Dark Willow.
Fair warning.
Dark Willow meta.
Kailangan ano ba?
The darkness deepens.
Maksudnya dia mau ngapain ngelawan kita belum ada item. Jam lalu harusnya kalahnya mereka bisa. Baru mati.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Enough. The blood sun rises. Foul portents.
Ambil ntar. Farming dah ntar saya ngambil.
On dark wings.
Jual Arcana bala dengan
From the world.
I-bait ka dyan.
The enemy's bottom tower.
Di doang
has
ano
Bait
kako.
ka dyan.
Pemikiran lamun na.
Ano berarti jual Arcana.
Lamun no Arcana.
Akyat ka dito. Para puntahan ka. Akyat ka. Sige.
The harbinger comes.
Roll take.
Dia atas ini lah.
Sige.
Cooldown ano. Oh fuck. Oh my god.
Double kill.
Mugbalat finger kaca Laguna Blade no. Jadi Adik mati. Dik tahu endang nek morphling baru aja telan.
Ya, pelan-pelan.
The enemy's middle tower.
Bater ka kampi dyan. Tawa yun namin. Gagawa.
Astaga 20 asas.
Let the fighting recommence. The enemy's middle barracks have fallen. Top tower has fallen. Triple kill.
Ano na terror blade?
Baru dia keluar terror blade tuh, what the fuck. Hilang langsung.
Aduh. Jual Arcana tuh.
There go the enemy's top
Ibu
barracks.
jual.
Beli ID kayaknya.
The enemy's top barracks have
Beli
fallen.
ID kayak di beli ya.
Darkness advances.
20
Orang jualan.
The abyss.
Biasa dengan berjual ya noob soalan. Arah lah. Wah, belit dah. Ande selapon lagu. Wah 2 kali diet, saya 2 kali diet. Beli kaparan immortal.
I'm under
Gak jauh saya nyeluk ini. Udah kelihatan.
Immortal apa saya beli?
Unstoppable.
Genjot.
Apa sementara TP ini separah itu udah
The enemy's
Lagu
bottom
kita
tower is down.
anu aku nanti. Yo.
There's
The enemy's bottom barracks have fallen.
Rises.
Sengaja last hit ada yang mau dayar kan.
Has mega barracks. Roar more! Show me
wala
more!
akong pangkat.
tinggal sangat para kencing party aja di sini.
Arakannya party. Dia Sky itu kanca.
Parah itu juga ininya nggak ada item.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Mun palek bar.
Tower needs to
Aku sama anta.
Guess
Badin palek aku di mana tahu. Suka terakhir betul kan.
double kill.
Iya mo.
Halo. Bang, Bang, Sofyan masih ngambek gak?
Masih?
Gua
Kenapa?
Gua yang ngamuk kan.
Kenapa kok bangsat?
Pergi lu anjing.
Tak PMA lagi ya bang ya?
Parah.
Kemarin
boy,
dong.
asli aku udah emosi dari game kedua turni lagi. Kok sepanjang game kayak gitu, weh.
Maaf bang, namanya manusia.
Bukan ya ampun boy, udah dari awal kita main, dari dulu kita main boy.
Gak bisa bang,
Legend.
aku
Bentar dulu ya, Nya.
agresif sama dia.
Bentar dulu. Ana mandi bentar dong ya.
Ya. Fast.
Bang, begadang ya bang? Begadang.
Godong lah.
Halo?
Di netmu nggak ada yang terus sadar sana.
Enggak, ini main Valorant ini. Temen main Valorant ya tadi.
Udah bersyukur aku kulihat tadi kau main Valorant.
Gua main Dota ini, mau join abang-abang.
Allahu Akbar.
Kenapa?
Mantap lagi mandi itu udah.
Iya, main kita. Bang, seburuk-buruknya aku main bakal rindu abang sama aku.
Enggak kok. Enggak. Wet.
Asik. Tapi terima kasih bang, setelah menerima aku apa adanya.
Parah kau boy, bukan apa adanya lagi, udah parah kau tuh asli.
Terima kasih banyak telah menemaniku selama 2 tahun terakhir ini.
Menjengkelkan kau boy asli boy. Dosa kau tuh banyak bro buat orang marah tuh.
As long bukan bermasalah di dunia nyata nggak masalah menurut gua.
Ini masalahnya ini udah goblok nyolot.
Tapi nyolotnya gimana sih?
Udah goblok mau terdepan. Itu kau tuh boy.
Tapi aku tuh nggak bisa main support bang. Kalau bisa main support ngalah.
Ya makanya aku kasih tahu. Orang tuh awalnya mainnya dari support baru main carry biar tahu gimana gameplay support tuh seperti apa.
Lihat kemarin aku satu lane sama Bang Fani. Hancur gitu. Nantilah mungkin ya kita latihan nanti. Bang Fani biasain offlane, Abang mid, aku biasain support.
Panji keluar tuh nggak tahu ngambek deh kayaknya.
Enggak, udah ngomong nggak sama aku, udah jarang mau on dap katanya. Masuk aja nggak apa-apa, gue bilang kan rame-rame di grup biar saling kabar, saling
Terus
kasih
apa
kabar
dia
sama
bilang?
anak-anak. Gak apa katanya, santai aja. Gak mau banyak grup kayaknya. Cyberpunk mahal kali, Bang.
Ayo belilah.
700.000. Mending
Besok.
aku borrow sama Abang.
Apa?
Mending aku borrow itu mau dibeli
Gak
di akun
bisa.
mana, Mak? Mau dibeli di akun Mako.
Bukan di icon Mako dia.
Aku beli nanti tahun depan Mako.
Itu Mako tuh gamenya juga udah gila-gilaan itu. Tomb Raider ada. Apa ya? Yang mahal Hitman, PES. PES itu yang Legend Edition itu yang 1 juta.
Kok disconnect?
Itu netmu udah bener belum tuh?
Udah.
Itu tadi malam tuh cuman kau doang yang bermasalah apa satu net?
Aku sendirian, Bang. Itu aneh loh.
Makanya kok bisa gitu ya?
Lancar itu makanya. Apalagi pas kita main tuh ya, aku lihat kanan kiri.
Asli
aku
loh.
sendirian yang nge-crash. Sial banget. Itu PC-nya semua tuh 3 kali aku pindah PC sama PC-nya.
Ya PC-nya sama semua pasti sama kayak di netku
Iya.
sama semua.
Iya, tuh
Apa
makanya.
gitu? Mungkin dari ID-mu tuh workshop apa mungkin lagi ke download di background tuh.
Mungkin lah, nggak aku ituin kemarin.
Asli enggak on mood aku turunnya itu kok bisa kita kalah lawannya tuh masih standar loh, tuh belum yang berat. Gara-gara tinkernya kau lepas jadinya kayak gitu ya.
Kalau emang abang yang mid kemarin kira-kira bisa menang nggak?
Bisa lah.
Masalahnya aku nggak yakin di op gitu nah. Maksudnya.
Tapi Pani ya nggak jalan juga combo.
Masih bisa kok, sus buckle aku. Paling gedein 1-2 biar burst damage jadinya nggak gebuk aku. Nggak main disarm. Tapi butuh juga lawan Ursa.
Lawan Ursa pakai Pango ya easy lah.
Iya, makanya.
Nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain Ursanya. Cuman kamu under farm, under level semua. DC terus.
Kita nggak ada line up late game kemarin. Spectre di ban ya kemarin Bang ya? Di ban ya Spectre kemarin.
Iya. Makanya mereka pick Ursa. Pick Tinker.
Iya. Siapa aja yang DC? Salah banget sebenarnya Ember yang jangan di ban kemarin. Soalnya aku masih pede lawan Ember.
Halo?
Halo?
Go?
Mandi apa minta?
Hah?
Mandi apa?
Tokos ya?
Mandi bebek. Enggak.
Hah?
Mandi bebek.
Main fast.
Oh.
Fast ya, cuma bersabun doang. Jerit tedem apa? Sabun sekedar kok basahnya tuh. Dickhead nih.
Apanya? Ngikut ya?
Enakan.
Ayo.
Ini aku login Bang, tunggulah.
Yang dia main
Pas,
di
sudah
net
pas
apa di
nih.
mana?
Ya Allah. Aku main Dota dulu Bang. Makasih Bang ya.
Main nggak?
Jangan kelamaan mikir.
Sama Sofian nih. Mentang-mentang guru mikir keras anjing. One game katanya.
Siapa?
Ya udah sih. Kamu ikut, Boy?
Ikut Bang, janganlah baikan aku.
Mana satunya?
Ini
Cari.
Bentar pipis bentar. Sepanjang hidupku, when I am down,
41% win rate gua main sama Diki anjir.
and trouble. Gila. Bentar bang.
Meleset, nah emangnya lu bulu. Soalnya kan.
Pirang bukti ta? Dan malam
Sama
baru
kemis.
bukti.
Lemaru anu, opina video lema le ope. Waktu berjanji.
Kemis lalu aku.
Mau tunda gitu. Jumat. Pirang.
Setelah kemis dah kalau gitu.
Iya. Kamu lek nyoblos dari
Nah, ini Bang Pani.
Nah.
Bener.
Sombong bicara balas WA kah?
Hah?
Bicara balas WA maka.
WA kok. Bener.
Panji oksili bibian ragin leven gwil.
Aku dong sokot main gue lu kan.
Gwil big doll.
Enggak, ada yang PJ apa orang dulu?
Anu WA aja.
Oh. Pernah kerja lihat yang PJ enggak? Ada yang PJ soal drop kelas layar ke JNE lain-lain perlu
Grup ya?
Oleh JNE tak ini. Kasih dulu ya hampir 400 WA dia.
Udah berapa kali jaga rasanya bos, nggak ada jadwal strap kan melihatku curhat. Siap.
Let's go Bang Pani, let's go.
Yang berapa? Nanta dengah kesili ya, jek pagi.
Ya, live stream ya benar.
Nggak, saya off stream.
Gantung boy mun sempat tak gula.
Singa sepale asli aku terlihat kintilil lah.
Sini. Kau sini.
Arab main MMR. Tumben aku nanti aku ragi kado ID kode. Kamu diem.
Orang PMA Bang.
Kah main-main kencaku Malik kamu nih kanan boy.
Login nih.
Ayo.
Rajulan masuk pinang karang brok meleng nih.
-1.
Malu bro sama Uba.
Aku menjauhkan melengunu ya.
Di mantai endem.
Enggak
Oh iya bayangan Uba melengut matanya keluar.
tak melonggang nih temponannya dan pada aku udah melong.
Saya Meiza melongnya. Ya gaya.
Jarum koneksinya.
Aku santer ke balik mata nuba ya.
Putus nih Discord.
Disconnect kayak masuk lagi.
The fuck 5000 ms. Wah, payo nengang ko ID le. Anu arwan.
Karingnya login doang. Nah ini WA nih ending Steam Guard.
Kirim aku jam 9.
Coba cek apa?
Ada mainan ada ini lah cari bintik-bintik hotkey paling ngabot aku.
Boy, kamu nih kasih orang ID-mu the fuck.
Enten ngambil maksud kau biar ID naruhan masih ngetro.
Apa bang?
Gak ada. Oh, balas jadi langsung read. Lah, nelpon dia.
Dan Discord panik.
Bot. Masih ada Discord kamu?
Salah bentar. Gimana?
Pani mau pakai ID tuh minta Steam Guard.
Free jockey pada pakai.
Kalau gitu.
Free jockey motherfucker dia bilang.
Ngentot. Anjing babi bangsat. Udah tunggu.
Kurang bot. Tambah lagi.
Apa segita status ngaruhan pina sumur bor tabu kurang aja kayaknya.
Oh ya benar. Wah video call lu nyekel benda sumber bor.
Kurang dalam.
Om giveaway om. Matamu giveaway idiot. Nanti giveaway bro. Langsung kita giveaway-in keyboard nih satu nanti tah.
Sini kau.
Hah?
Langsung ngepina jadi giveaway. For engagement.
Udah sana.
Ntar lu saya lupa idenya Marwa.
IG-nya apa dah? Ditanya tuh, IG-mu apa tadi? IG-nya apa tadi?
Kepo kau. Nanya IG follow enggak? Nyantai.
IG kau apa?
Kayak orang mau follow aja nanya-nanya setan. Tawa lagi.
Lah bukan aku yang ngomong.
Siapa yang bilang kau yang ngomong? Kenapa kau tersinggung loh? Sama kayak Panji orangnya.
Iki. Dapat di head nih.
Oh, di head itu.
What the fuck?
Ayo gah login gah.
Dia yang main di password itu.
Yang udah saya coba itu ini mana lagi ya yang belum.
Dickhead.
Nevermore.
Yo fucker, what the fuck man.
Kanu beo kirim mama.
Kirim password Discord.
Nggak bisa connect. Apa tuh bang?
Siapa nggak bisa connect di head?
Kirim melanggar WA kah?
Dickhead.
Oh anu dah Discord dah ya.
Discord. Blender.
Main anu doang blender aneh. Di ban CSGO.
Lanjutan serut.
Anu sih Pak Boyo. Ya Pak Payun kena tim anu in your dream kan si Abed.
Itu kan tadi lagi main.
Dok
Saya
apa tim dok
streaming.
apa?
Tim dog.
Tim dok Abed. Iya dia. Asais keren.
Yang udah saya pakai itu yang ubah PJ itu gah. Coba lihat dulu tuh.
Oh iya, dia paling rendah.
Harus saya buka aja dulu dia. Yang udah saya login di komputer ini tuh ubah PJ, Pornhub itu, ntar lagi mana ya? Ubah PJ, Pornhub doang, ada 2 ID wah login nanti.
Big Bot, Markona minggu aku kan main lagi.
Coba bukti Markona 3.
Markona.
Passwordnya ini kah? Semuanya itu ini passwordnya. Tuh.
Wah, passwordnya GG.
Iya dah, password nilai dia. Tengah ganti-ganti kan.
Magical.
Kamu udah main, Mbak?
Belum.
Udah deh main.
Oh, udah. Aku nggak main nonton ini.
Minta Steam Guard dah dia tuh.
Dia masuk, makan dia ngerespon.
Ulang lagi.
Emang salah apa sih begitu aku ya nih maka penyeruan saya kira maka
Apa? Emang itu kopian dari WA itu.
iya kan salah
Markona Nevermore.
Markona nih ketaan.
Coba aja Markona itu udah sesuai itu anunya gak?
Iya skak nih tahun.
Hah?
Skak kan tulisannya.
SICKKAK.
Oh, nanti pantas. Shake.
Nah itu marbot.
Assalamualaikum, what's up, friend?
Yo, Dek. Password dulu.
Passwordnya.
Kopi nikmat tidak bikin kembung.
Apa kok?
Aduh.
Passwordnya dulu.
Seanduk nih, Wan.
Aduh.
Markona.
Langsung aja Pan, login Pan. Bareh nih boy Steam Guard.
Itu udah kasih tuh namanya tuh udah saya kirimin ke Pani tuh.
Nama apa?
Nama-nama ininya, tinggal ini aja.
Ya makanya.
Iya.
Itu maksudnya pas Steam Guard-nya. Kan semua bakal masuk ke email yang itu kan? Ke emailmu.
Iya.
Itu
Masuk
Pani
aja
minta
kan
Steam
kasih
Guard
tuh.
tuh. Udah.
Dek berarti lemak dia mau login baliknya enak Steam Guard-nya kan.
Ndek sekali doang. Kan dia email soal lamun ngadu Steam Guard HP ya baru setiap login.
Oh. Ribet tuh Steam Guard HD.
Steam Guard from new computer.
BB.
VW87T.
Tapi ada juga ID-nya Marbot yang anu itu, yang apa namanya belum bisa MMR.
Sambil sawah tahu MMR nih.
Cobaan baik saya lupa.
Udah MMR kan.
Udah rendah semua Pak MMR-nya tuh. Udah lama udah dimainin soalnya.
Anjing.
Ya.
VW87T udah.
Wah, kalau beli mantangan.
Itu main di mana di Goa?
RTO ya.
Aduh, cari casan saya dari tadi siang nih nggak ada. Saling mencinta. Kalau baca sama kakak nih. Udah bang?
Ya man, aman baca. Pirang miskin.
Ada jelas foto.
Itu kentang.
Coba balik ulang man.
Siapa yang ngundang ini?
Ada kode baru dia tamat. Ada.
Bentar lo. 337 ntar lu mana sini? Kok cuma satu ya balasannya?
Berarti sama mungkin kodenya.
Coba sabarun apa?
VW
V
rumput V
rumput W87
W87T.
Oke, masuk.
Yang ID yang Sika itu kan?
Iya. Shit. Bau nama nih?
Coba ingatan lo.
Udah buka pan?
Wah, pakai kamu.
Halo.
FBR 1500 pakai Steam Guard.
Bisa di MMR tuh kah?
Ini ngupdate tak soal SMB doang ngone bacing. Ada tulisan itu udah bisa install lah PC dia.
Malik kayak login.
Ini install ulang terus kan di narak backup. Saya udah marah ngedeng backup Sofian. Nah, kayak ini agak lupa BMB internet ini nah.
Kembe?
saya diajak Mataram ya belum yang backup ya Sofian binangan.
Suai bel bilangan titip harddisk tuh.
Entah. Bagus ternyata download ya tuh. 100 menit bro.
Udah bisa kan?
Bisa dapat aku. Bisa. Lu aja di sampah yang mana menit berguna nih sama menit kamu.
Apa Pan?
Berguna deh pas sama menit pas berdua di sampah mana.
Yo men. Tahun 2021 saya balik main Dota lagi kok bro. Tenang aja.
I don't care. Dia menuh kayak wah wasolah Dota tanpa kamu. Berkurang.
Merintis dari awal.
Berkurang.
Merintis dari awal.
Tahu kayak dia maksud merintis dari awal itu.
Apa?
Ya, merintis dari awal semuanya, Pak.
Del gimana itu PC Del?
Mae?
5,5?
Setan nih udah dikasih.
Ini nggak ada harddisk bro.
Lah harddisk cuma 500.000 harganya. 300.000, 500.000 tuh 1 tera kamu.
Iya. Itu dari itu.
Di wah kebuka MMR kayak gini. What the fuck, dia bau nih on.
Jangan baut ya.
Dia bau.
Yang bistogan itu coba.
Ini baru 5 jam anda pakai ini Pak ID ini.
Anak Pak RT 1. Oh yang ARWN_Z itu loh.
Yang Nevermore.
Gaman.
Terus nunggu kamu 5 game single drop doang ya main. Arwan Z. Coba sani non.
Udah?
Udah.
Refresh dulu. CD VV7.
CD VV7. Oke. Amin. Ubah PJ tak on.
Nevermore. Ini kan Nevermore nih.
Ah, iya Kak dong. Oh iya ya. Karena yang sebelumnya Arconi ya semuanya.
Banyak.
Ya sih baca apa?
Ada Diki juga sini. Siapa aja sih di sini nih?
Ada Dickhead. Yang kamu kenal Dickhead aja.
Oh, berarti kalian main berlima nih.
Iya.
Mana Dickhead? Mana suaramu Dickhead?
Kontol.
Kontol. Jejelet.
Gua bang.
Aseng masih main Discord ya, ya BDO ya. Gimana sih Aseng?
Gue batu-batu dari Jogja nih kan. Masih main.
Masih dia bot. Oh, sampai saya nggak tahu siapa ini. Niko namanya.
Niko.
Saya sampai lupa namamu siapa. Dia bilang ngechat ke ID nih. Ah, hitam mana rekenan.
Bulan Maret 2009.
Bang Diki.
Ngara ambo nanu dia legend beli dia badek konde.
Arkon nih.
Matiin mic-mu boy.
Dah.
Your ban.
Nge-lag komputernya Sopian nih di bawah.
Dia kenapa nge-lag?
5 seconds remaining.
Black screen.
Pelot.
Pantasan saya disuruh bayar, kampret. Udah black screen, bro.
Sundel nih dia di mana sih, di bawah atau enggak sih anaknya?
Impostor deh. Di rumah dia main tuh.
10 seconds remaining.
Di bawah sama ini. Iya namun
5 seconds
Nggak ada motornya di di luar, idiot. Keluar kamu dari net.
Sopian!
Woi.
No.
Anjing.
Ngapain kamu teriak di net anjing?
Udah ngepack lah Diki siap.
Yuk.
Udah saya bilang
5, 4, 3, 2 DC.
Ya pick lah kamu boy.
Bang Diki biasanya main apa ini aku bikin dulu?
Dickhead biasanya main ini dia main creep deh.
Oh, main creep ya.
Jadi kurir.
Kurir.
Udah bisa masuk dah ya, muter-muter deh.
ID-mu sih itu idiot. Saya bisa, orang juga bisa. ID-mu jahanam tuh.
Dota Coordinator
Masih beta Dota cok.
Suruh Oracle nih bang.
Yo deh.
Abandon.
Dickhead nih.
Karimnya saya memang ngepick nih. Hitam ya, enggak ada apa-apa. Enggak ada syarat apa-apa ini.
Udah dikasih main Dota aja Dickhead.
Great, they're back.
Pick cepet. Gak usah apalah.
Ezel, Oracle. Gas.
Mampus.
Gas picknya.
Pada teriak idiot Dickhead.
Net tahu Dickhead.
Oh.
Din satu aku langsung kalau bawa.
Mesan terus nge-lag turunin. Bom.
Motornya di rumah pacarnya.
Enggak ada motornya tapi di luar.
Iya, di
motormu Dickhead.
Ganti motor saya.
Kenapa? Tuker sama pacarmu ya?
Enggak, saya beli. Bapak saya beli.
Punya ada pacar di kan?
Yo, sonding kamu tahu ndak tahu Big Doll di tempat parkirnya aja.
Hah?
Big Doll dapatnya tempat parkir dong, Big Dollnya dia.
Prepare for battle.
Ada emang.
Anak ke Mataram buat ketemu Dickhead ditinggal pacaran anjing.
Dickhead. Dickhead sudah skripsi atau gimana mau Dickhead?
Dia lagi
Semester berapa
KKN.
sekarang? KKN.
Lagi
Bentar
KKN
lagi nih.
ceritanya, tapi ndak itu apa?
Bentar lagi nih Del, bentar lagi memasuki dunia anu nih setelah KKN ini.
Fase-fase
Dunia tak tahu arah. Antara mengerjain skripsi atau main Dota terus.
Ih, ada
30
kodok.
seconds to battle.
Lah, ada lepang.
Mana? Saya belot dulu.
Nah, di sini nih balik anu nih dia. Nah, tuh. Tuh.
Kamu nggak main carry?
Bacot kau.
KS kan sekarang.
Saya hook aja ya.
The battle starting.
Saja.
Enggak, dia dapat
Wow.
atasnya.
First blood.
First blood.
Telat anjing. Goblok.
Saya aja dibully bangsat nih.
Yo. Biasa
dia-
aja nadanya.
Dia anu gua tadi,
Memek,
dia skill gua
Nathan.
without reason.
Tuh, Wah,
Emang
biasa aja
air dan
nadanya.
minyak.
Wah. Kan kangen katanya kamu tahu.
Anjing.
Yuk. Siapa carry-nya? Belain pet.
Fresh chops. Leave time.
Bodoh anjing. Tahu dia bisa di-deny Warti. Gitu dia.
Asli di chat nih. Parah.
Di warna Jawa besi apa? Aja kie, selo lah. Ngeraos lah.
Masa lagi di chat.
Ini tak kasih tenggo nih. Carry-in gua.
Clear the chopping block. Smell the fresh air.
Dapat telu yang ni.
Mati nih kan.
And now,
Banyak grab tapi.
chop chop.
Mati.
Here I come. Right to it. Whatever.
Yang full Pak.
Forward. Smell it. Yes. That's a butcher's dozen.
Kurir ya Andis.
Killing spree.
Yo, maju di atas nih.
Dia rage di sini.
Nah,
Sekarangnya di mid juga.
Ya, komit ya.
Ini rananya missing ya.
Ini kill nih, Bang. Masa?
Lewat sini dong cowboy seharusnya.
Ada ward masuk sana, Mas. Ketahuan.
Iya dong, kelihatan dong kau. Nih lihat nih. Kan haste.
Ngaten ya kan? Bonti,
astagfirullahaladzim.
kill nih. Emang idiot nih udah bisa tahu dari dulu.
Head now. Get over. Forward.
Mana Pak Haji kok on dia?
Killing spree. Double kill.
Panji di kedai. Oke.
Triple kill.
Kawan main terus sekarang si nanti kalau loncat kan.
Enten tahu emang kebetulan bae.
Ada rencana dan milu giling ya. Hero pas mau loncat.
Kita parah.
Apa aja udah baru Dota sekarang?
Betul.
Pak, kenapa nggak pernah upload ini sekarang, Pak? Video?
Saya lagi banyak kerjaan gitu, Pak. Subscribe saya cuma nambah saat.
Videonya kamu kirim, Pan.
Oh, deh.
Editin.
Don't let your middle tower fall.
Yes. Yes.
Kill gua dong, Cok.
Kan jarak sen 90 watt.
Coming, friend.
Beli sentry sendiri, boy. Beli watt sendiri.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Allah Akbar.
Itu support. Nggak usah beli lain sepatu sama sentry sama ward aja sampai mati.
Sekarang buat gratis buat. Sentrinya aja yang buat beli.
Dire structures are
Kayak gitu besok main Dota kayak gini kan.
Hah?
Kalau sampai mas nggak beli tuh besok main Dota kayak gini.
Benar agak?
Udah kan. Oh. 5 detik anu.
Atas dia Viper.
Iya, gua lihat.
Wah anjay, udah Vipernya udah mau atas.
mega kill. Your top tower is under attack. Let's talk about
Oke, GG.
your top tower is fallen.
Forward!
Your middle tower is under attack.
Already got started. Lightning.
Vipernya. Pas Viper.
Bisa hiji sisa.
Level 7 kok, boy.
Kalah.
Yokan. Run.
Zamannya lewat. Emang luar biasa ubah. Jadi menanti zaman.
Oh Vipernya tuh.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Coming through. Lightning.
Viper bawah.
Hell yes. Hi hi. Coming through.
Atas Vipernya.
Yes. Good idea. Time for a little
Unstoppable!
right to
Your middle tower is under attack. It looks like Dire fortified their structures. Don't let your middle tower fall. I guess Radiant fortified their structures. Middle tower is down. You just let them... Don't let your middle tower fall.
Space for Huskar. Arah langsung. Popular. Art dagger saya dikurang. Dikit lagi.
Anak gak kena ya?
Kill bajingan nih.
Waduh, pak cancelnya.
Heal dong, weh.
Let's talk about your top.
Ini heal dia punya pasif itu. Saya heal dikit. Fuck.
Para titit heal.
Iya.
Ini kan dipanggil diket, Del.
Hah?
Para titit.
Coming through. It's not ready. Head now.
Killing spree.
Wait, boy. Sendiri nih.
There's no more top tower. I thought this might happen. Your bottom tower is under attack. Dire have fortified their structures.
Nggak bisa ini, nggak bisa. Berat.
How? Lo mana udah?
Ada stun ya itu.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack. Don't let your middle tower fall.
Diam. Kill terus.
Mega kill. Double kill. Your middle tower is under
Marah tuh hook ya,
Deg-degan oleh.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has fallen.
Kenapa kau bang urus dirimu dulu tuh?
Oke.
Sabar. Pinter. Ada watt ini.
Forward.
Go.
Ada watt. Zero kah?
Serves you right.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Sepi.
Right to it.
Radiant took down Roshan. I trust there was a good reason.
Ini kedinginan. Ada aku jaga satu. Ada. Oleh, pak. Nice, Tetris slide. Pulang kita pulang. DSS. Diam. Skill 2. Ya Allah, pesel atas. Berapa?
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has fallen.
Here I come.
The next label play.
Mana nggak ada mananya dia.
Tower is under attack.
Go.
Dire's snow fortified their structures.
Astaga, salah klik gua.
Look at that. Radiant's courier just got killed.
Dik minta mana dik?
Bisa gitu gua.
Keluar dari area itu, idiot. Mana aktif pasutnya? Anu OLT kah? Ara?
Deman.
Aneh. Awas kah?
Get over it.
Apa?
Anjir.
Wait me.
Mirana ya. Mirana go.
Not ready yet.
Ini. Tunding kembal diri jadik nih. Licik support kita. Ini.
Coming through.
Buat turnya ini.
Radiant have fortified their structures.
Ya. Glimmer kayaknya.
The enemy's bottom tower is down.
Mana Ki? Tank.
And now. Was that me?
Di atas biru. Ya nih.
Kita kena BM ya.
Pasto dia. Enggak, anu aja dulu. Enggak kuat pakai BM bro. Fight dikit nih. Magicnya tembus ke badan.
Here I come. That's a bit of all visibility.
Ada mereka di midnya.
Yep. I chopper. Thanks.
Double kill.
Kesel gue masuk.
Killing spree. Triple kill.
Aduh, Oscar gua. BKB boy, BKB.
Let's talk about your top tower. Dire have fortified their structures.
Forward. Good idea.
Aneh, pelot, kacau. Ulti bos. Nah. Terus aja heal terus. Heal terus. Dikto tolong ya. Loncatin bos. Puskar kita terdiam, tak bertanggung jawab.
Ada magic kanunya nih, Growbo nih ya?
Iya itu udah sakit itu.
Imbal.
Nah, Mirana OTW sini.
Masa?
Waduh, mau BKB dia tuh. Ceplet.
Aduh, udah lihat gua.
Ada ward di sini. Wardur. Kita harus klaim nih. Makin parah level kita kalau kita nggak ambil nih. Nah, ini mid nih.
Here I come. Take a Yes.
Baik aja dulu.
Pulangin aja. buat
Right. I'm not ready yet.
Dalam.
I'm not ready yet. Hi. Yes.
Ini rame ini anak-anak.
Coming, friend.
Gak ada yang mau ambil nih. Woi.
Ayo.
Lightning.
Ada ward kayaknya sini ya. Coba.
Whatever.
Kamu sekali.
Kok kelihatan gua?
Ada mereka. Ada sentri.
Kelihatan gua.
Sini deketin Aing. Aing mau baca nih. Back ya, back. Kita udah dapat anak. Dapat ya lagi sekarang. Masih lama.
Forward.
Please jangan diubah dulu, please. Dan.
Your bottom tower is under attack. This is not cool.
Kalau mid kita jadi support. Berat ngangkat mid
Your
core.
top tower is under attack. I don't think you want that to happen.
Boom. Ayo, no Viper.
Double kill.
Temenan. Cepetan lama itu. Allah. Siapa yang bisa cancel lagi ya?
Goblok gua. Panik mode. Sorry.
Bontis.
Radiant
Boss.
structures have been snow fortified.
Good idea.
The enemy denied their middle tower. Why they have to go and do that?
Minta mana Ki?
Gak ada mana.
Yep. Right.
Ada orang.
Ada orang sini ya, deketin sini.
Oh. Back dulu. Yan?
Wait.
Coming, friend.
Ada yang hero ke sini. Ada sentry kita di sini enggak ada uang.
Enggak, sida tuh kita baru tuh suruh kompom.
Back.
Roshan is falling in the radiant.
Dah, pasang bom ada gua.
Wah, was main.
Lah itu.
Oke. BKB,
Udah BKB.
Vipernya BKB.
Nggak ada orang situ tuh. Siapa sama? Kita menang nih GG. Musuhnya idiot tuh.
Top.
Husky, back sana. Husky, stop. Back. Dik.
Ya.
Dik. Heal dulu saya, heal dulu lagi.
Taruh.
Back dulu.
Gak lihat gua.
Udah BKB ya? Udah dipakai ya?
Ya udah.
Skill 2 tas, skill 2-nya lepas tas.
Iya.
Tarak saya entrin gak?
Iya.
The enemy is attacking your middle barracks have fallen.
Oh my god.
Your middle barracks have fallen.
Iya.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Coming, friend.
Don't let your middle tower fall. Double kill. Triple kill. Your middle tower is gone. I tried to warn you. Your ancient is under attack.
Ya ampun, apa itu?
Last a day in Ice Rock.
GG.
Your ancient is under attack. Radiant victory.
Nice. Berat,
Pak.
Berat. Aneh wah ya disket.
pulang.
Masih kamu KKN ya?
Masih tinggal 4 minggu.
Perasaan kemarin tinggal sebentar kamu bilang.
PPL itu.
Apa ini?
Beri tanggapan, boy. Tanggung jawab, boy. Iya,
Nggak
kalah.
bisa ngapa-ngapain aku ini.
Itu aja.
Iyalah. Ke counter mati kau.
Iya.
Orang bukan meta.
Bukan masalah ke counter juga.
Ya juga.
Viper nggak main skill 2 di awal dia.
Tapi dikit juga itemnya Pak.
Yo lebih
ke habis.
Ya
tapi lebih unggul
lah,
gitu.
Vipernya gitu itemnya. Udah bayangin Huskar kita kayak gimana?
Nggak jadi loh BKB-nya, boy. Ya Allah.
Tersiksa.
280 GPM-nya, bro. Itu kau bayangin kan kalau noob mid itu kayak gimana? Rusak semua lane, bro. Itu kenapa makanya orang penting yang harus di mid itu.
Belin di head nih.
Nolak. Cari yang lain dah satu.
Tuh bentar. Kamar mandi.
Ini kanak-kanaknya.
Enggak, misalkan kamu kalah di lane kayak gitu kan ya, kalah lane. Kamu gimana sampai bisa level 4 dia level 6 itu? Itu kalau kamu mati itu.
Iya, mati sekali.
Kamu mati makanya kau bisa kalah itu.
Memang Oscar lawan Viper.
Semua hero bakal kalah sama Viper early game. Cuman yang dia ini loh kalahnya keterlaluan. Jatuhnya kan mid laner ngebebanin kiri kanan lane. Sudah bisa kejar network.
Itu dari core nih, main support anak-anak.